Hey, this is Riley Choptuick from McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC. I'm one of the product merchandisers here, and I'm going to take you on a tour of our all-new 2019 GMC Sierra AT4 that just landed on our lot the other day. This truck is absolutely stunning. It's totally redesigned from the front to the back, and we're going to go over all of the new features, including the MultiPro tailgate that's unique to the GMC vehicles. Now, starting off on the front end, and there's a lot of stuff to go over, I'm going to start off with these redesigned C-shaped LED headlights. Beautiful LED lights. You've got the fog lights as well, and there's even some multi-purpose lights on the mirror caps, which are going to illuminate your work area if you've got your truck next to the job site at nighttime. Now, taking a look at this bold front grille, really beautiful redesign. They switched from the more square appearance on the previous generation to a more rounded edges, so it looks really nice. You've got the forward-facing camera, which is going to help stitch together your 360 bird's eye view, which we're going to touch on the inside. And last but not least, down here, forward-facing parking sensors. You've also got the red vertical tow recovery hooks, which are unique to the AT4 model. So definitely a beautiful, bold, and aggressive front grille on this new redesigned truck. Now, as we move around the side here, you've got the 2-inch front and rear level kit, which is going to give this thing quite a bit of ground clearance, including your Wrangler Duratrac off-road tires on 18-inch rims. Really beautiful looking wheels. And in fact, some of our models are going to be equipped with even bigger tires and an exhaust system, but we're going to show you that on a separate video. Now, this particular AT4 has the optional 6.2-liter V8 engine. That's going to be pushing out about 420 horsepower to all four wheels. There is also a standard 5.3-liter motor in this truck, but of course the 6.2 is the one that you want. Now, a couple other features on the mirror cap itself includes side blind zone monitoring finally, which is added into all the new trucks. You've also got your proximity locks on the door handles, AT4 badging, and the beautiful redesigned side steps with a bit of extra grip, so you're not going to slip in the wintertime when those get icy. Now, moving around to the back end here, what I'm going to point out here is the enlarged corner step rear bumper, which is going to allow you more space if you're wearing your work boots. That's going to be a lot easier to climb into the back of your box. Now, a couple other cool features here. Integrated dual exhaust system comes standard on all of the redesigned trucks. You've got the rear facing sensors, as well as a couple cameras on the back here, which we're going to touch on the inside. But let's take a look at this MultiPro tailgate, okay? You've finally got a button right here on your key fob, which is going to allow you to drop the tailgate. But I'm going to start off by showing the different functions that you've got on this. So the first option you've got here is obviously the standard tailgate that's going to come down. I'm just going to get my camera to focus here. So you've got the main opening tailgate. That's going to be available from the button inside the driver's seat and also on your key fob. Now, the new feature for the MultiPro is the top button. If you press that, it's going to open up the top portion of your tailgate, just like so. So once that's open, you've got a nice little workstation, nice little table here with lots of room. Now, I'm going to pop this back up, and we're going to push both buttons at the same time here, and we're going to get the full MultiPro tailgate experience. So check that out. You've got the tailgate that opens up both ways. Now, the cool thing about this is you could actually open up this second portion, and now you've got a nice little step if you want to climb into that box. So that's definitely a really handy feature. And last but not least, there's also a nice little handle here if you want to grab onto that and allow you to get into the back of the box much easier. Now, of course, the AT4 is equipped with the spray-in bed liner. You've got the AT4 badging on there. So it definitely, everything you see on this truck is straight from factory, guys. You're not going to be putting any aftermarket parts on this truck. Everything's comes standard. Now, in the back seat here, you've got plenty of legroom, definitely more cargo volume as opposed to the 18-year model. A couple key features to point out. You've got the nice little storage compartments on the back seats. If you want to throw some gloves, an iPad, whatever you've got in there, not a problem. You've got the armrest still, as well as your rear heated seats finally as an option back here. Really nice in the wintertime. You've got your USB-C, your standard USB, and a DC 12-volt outlet. So if you need to plug in a bunch of devices, that's not going to be an issue, even if you're in the back seat. Now, you could easily get these seats folded up nice and flat in case you're looking for some more storage space, and that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. All right, now we're going to take a look into the driver's seat of the new AT4. Now, there's a couple interior options, but this one is equipped with the jet black with Kalahari Really beautiful two-tone interior here. You've got the perforated, leather heated and ventilated seats. You've got the AT4 embroidered onto the headrest itself and the nice offset stitching here. So it's definitely a really unique interior, really nice and cozy. Now you've got your 10-way power adjustable controls for the front seats as well as your lumbar support. You've got the aluminum insert with the AT4 badging right there on the sill plate. And on the driver's door panel itself, you are going to find a couple more aluminum portions right here. You've got your memory seat settings, your power windows, of course, and you've also got the power folding side view mirrors. Now, last but not least, before we hop on inside, Bose Premium Audio is going to come equipped in some of the higher trim models as an added option. So that's definitely probably the best sounding speaker system you're going to find on the truck market today. All right, inside the 2019 GMC Sierra, this is quite the experience. Now, a couple of the key features I'm going to start off with is finally GM included the push start ignition, so you don't have to carry around your key. Just make sure you have it in your pocket and you're able to start up the truck and stop it without fumbling around in your purse for your keys. So that's a really handy feature here. I'm glad they added that. Now, starting off with your steering wheel here, leather wrapped, heated steering wheel is optional, of course. You've got your cruise controls on the left-hand side, as well as your forward collision alert. Really nice safety options in this truck. Now on the right hand side, you're going to find your hands-free call buttons, and you've got your 5-point command center, which is redesigned, and that's going to help you control that center LCD display that you've got here on the front dash. So of course you could take some time and scroll through all the different options that you've got on here, but you've definitely got access to display everything from your radio to your navigation to your hands-free calling. So everything is easily accessible right here on the front dash. I really like the layout. It's nice and simple, and once again, all the buttons on the steering wheel are going to control that. Now as we head on over to the left side, you've got the select terrain system, which includes your 4-wheel high, your 4-wheel low, and your 2 high, as well as auto 4x4. So all of that is now buttons rather than an actual switch. You've got your headlight controls, your brightness switches down here, and right behind the steering wheel itself, tucked back here, is your heads-up display. Now, if I could get my camera to focus on the heads-up display, we're going to take a look at some of the menu options you've got on here, which includes your lane departure settings, as well as your vehicle info here. That's going to show you if the truck is going uphill or if all 4 wheels are engaged for your all-wheel drive system. So that's really nice, and that's going to be projected right onto the screen, nice and bright, so you could keep your eyes on the road. Now, heading on up towards the ceiling, I'm going to touch on this beautiful redesigned rear camera mirror. This is pretty interesting. If you've got it in the standard mode, you could see it's just a regular mirror, but if you grab the switch just underneath, it's actually going to activate as a rear camera mirror, which is a beautiful HD display, and of course that's unique to the GM lineup. Now you've actually got a couple options here if you want to configure the settings of this camera. You could actually zoom in and out on this camera view, and you could control how the height of the camera. So let's say you want to point it up a bit higher or lower when you're on the highway. That's totally your choice, and once again, really easy to use. Now the ceiling itself, you've got your garage door transmitters, you've got the slide and tilt sunroof control, and of course you've got your rear power sliding window. And here's a better look at that sunroof. No panoramic sunroof in these trucks, but it's still a generous sized sunroof that's going to allow a lot of natural light in here. Now let's take a look at the redesigned GMC IntelliLink system. Really responsive and easy to use. You've got access to all your apps, your OnStar services, and your climate controls right from the get-go. Now the interesting feature about this truck, and this is going to basically need a video of its own to show you all the different camera angles you have, but you've essentially got the forward-facing, the rear-facing, the wide angle. You've got the zoomed angle, as well as your top-down 360-degree view. So really beautiful camera system that you've got on this GMC Sierra. You've got basically every angle you could think of here. I'm going to turn those tires so you could basically park up next to a curb when you're parallel parking, and you're not going to have to worry. And the coolest thing is you even have a hitch view camera, so if you're backing up to connect your trailer hitch, you're not going to have to worry about having someone back there spotting you. Now radio connectivity options include standard Sirius XM radio for 3 months. You've got AM, FM, as well as USB-C and USB connectivity. Now, of course, Bluetooth phone pairing is an option, and that's going to work great for Spotify, as well as the all-new redesigned navigation system. So we're just going to let that load up real quick here, And I actually don't have it installed because of the demonstration mode, but the navigation system, of course, is going to come standard as well, as long as your truck is equipped with it. And then you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, as we head down a little bit lower, you've got all these hard buttons here. GM is actually sticking with its roots, and it's keeping nice physical buttons. So each one of these switches actually has some great tactile feedback, and that's going to work for your climate controls, dual zone, of course. Just below that, you've got your heated and ventilated 9-way seats, as well as your lane departure warning. You've got your parking sensors, your auto start stop feature, the button which is going to drop your tailgate from the inside, as I mentioned. You've got traction control, your power ports, as well as your hill descent assist. Now, last row of buttons down here is going to include your trailer brake controller. Once again, you got the USB ports, the 12-volt outlet, and you've also got the 120-volt wall outlet if you want to plug in a laptop or something. Now, just below that, you are going to find your wireless charging mat, which is enlarged from the previous generation. That's going to allow you to charge the new iPhone 10 or some larger Samsung devices. And let's take a look at this generously sized center console, where you're going to find a couple more inputs, which includes SD, USB, and auxiliary. So you've still got absolutely everything you need to plug in, as well as a nice little light in here that's going to illuminate all your stuff at night, so you're not fumbling around to find your receipts. So overall, this is our all-new 2019 GMC Sierra AT4. Really beautiful truck, and it's unique. So I invite you over to McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC. Come take a look at it for yourself. You'd be surprised some of the other features that I haven't covered in this video. But just remember, you've got the 2-inch level kit front and rear. You've got those gorgeous front bold grille, as well as your off-roading tires. So this thing is definitely ready to go.